Welcome to the Utah Golf Association Awards Banquet. I'm Marquia McLean, host of the Utah Golf 3-Round Show. Tonight we'll honor the UGA's tournament champions and many of Utah Golf's best players that made 2017 a memorable golf season. Here's our favorite junior reporter, Warren Fisher, and the top 10 UGA stories of the year.
2017 was a great golf season for the Utah Golf Association. With the help of my good friend Wesley Ruff, we'll cover the top 10 stories of the UGA. Getting us started at number 10 is Dandy Dan Horner.
Horner made it look easy at Wasatch Mountain's Lake Course in June, shooting 68, 67, 65 for a total of 16 under par to capture his second Utah Mid-Amateur Championship trophy.
Senior golfer Ron Davis makes our list at number 9.
Davis capped off a phenomenal 2017 season with 7 senior tournament victories by winning the Utah Senior Stroke Play Championship. That win for Davis ranks as his most memorable, saying, quote, "Winning it was definitely the highlight of the year for me."
BYU's Kendra Dalton played her best in 2017, and that's why she made our list at number 8.
BYU senior Kendra Dalton carded a 36-hole, one-stroke victory over Cougar teammate Rose Huang and Kelsey Chuck to win the Utah Women's Stroke Play Championship. Dalton shot 70-74 to finish at even par.
No top 10 list is complete without Coach Shanias. This year, she landed in number 7.
In difficult conditions at River Oaks Golf Course, Sue Nias claimed her 3rd Utah Women's Senior Amateur title in the last 4 years. The wind, the rain, and her emotions made a tournament she described as a bit of a blur even more challenging. Saying she was, quote, playing for Papa, who had severe health issues at the time, Nias said, quote, "It was a somber 36 holes. The rain fell, the wind blew, and I just kept making pars for Papa." Nias shot 72-74 to win by 2 strokes.
Our number 6 story of the year, Brett Samson.
Using a format similar to the Utah State Amateur, the Utah Senior Amateur made its debut in 2017, crowning Brett Samson as its first champion. Playing at Jeremy Ranch, Tuhey, and Glenwild, Samson defeated Scott Fairbanks, John Johnston, Randy Hicken, and Kurt Siddons, and then hoisted the new trophy.
Naomi A Fool teed up with the guys at the Utah State Am. She's locked in 5th.
Ever since she reached the finals of the Women's State Amateur at age 13, Naomi Soifua has been a golfer on the rise in the state of Utah. The summer before she joined the BYU golf team, Soifua added another distinction when she qualified for the Utah State Amateur by shooting a 1-over-par 73 at the East Bay Golf Course in Provo in windy, difficult conditions from the back tees. She became the first woman to play in the State Am since 2005, when Annie Thurman Young qualified for her second appearance in the event after receiving an exemption the previous year. In the State Am, Soifua opened with a 77 at the Ogden Golf and Country Club, thanks mostly to a quadruple bogey on the first hole, and then posted a 76 at Hubbard Golf Course.
Number 4 on our list, but number 1 at the State Am, my bud, Kelton Hirsch.
The final match of the 2017 Utah State Amateur will be recorded as a 7-5 victory for Kelton Hirsch over Braden Swap. What everyone will most likely remember about the tournament is Hirsch's semifinal upset of Patrick Fishburne. Hirsch's 15-foot birdie putt on the 18th hole of the Ogden Golf and Country Club gave him a 1-up win over Fishburne, his more accomplished BYU teammate and a home course favorite. Everything that Fishburne went on to do in the Siegfried and Gentian Utah Open and in BYU's fall season reinforced what an achievement it was for Hirsch to beat him. Hirsch became the 4th Cougar player to win the State Am in 5 years, following Fishburne's 2016 victory. Fishburne actually sent Hirsch a text message the night after the semifinal match, encouraging him to go ahead and win the title. Hirsch responded well in the 36-hole final when he could have experienced an emotional letdown after his breakthrough against Fishburne.
Number 3 on our list, the champion at the Women's State Am, Kelsey Chuck.
The idea that Kelsey Chuck might collect her 4th Utah Women's State Amateur title in 6 years hit home on the first day of match play when she almost made a double eagle on the par 5 number 10 twice. Her eagle putts totaled barely more than 2 feet in length, although she ended up needing to play 21 holes to beat Weber State golfer Caselia Plu in the first round and 19 holes to outlast BYU star Kendra Dalton in the quarterfinals. Eventually, Chuck took a 2-up victory over BYU's Anna Kennedy in the final match at Davis Park Golf Course course in August. She topped BYU freshman Naomi A Fool one up in the semifinals. In the finals, Chug fought off a rally by Kennedy with a big drive that led to an easy par on number 18, concluding the match that she described as, quote, pretty intense coming down the stretch, end quote. Chug earned her latest title by playing a total of 76 holes in 4 matches, which is unusual for a champion. She said, quote, the memory I cherish is having my former teammate and good friend, Sarah Frederico, caddy for me. It was really fun to work with her all week and special to win on one of our Weber State home courses.
Number 2 on our list, Patrick Fishburne. He bombs it, finds it, and makes birdies at the Utah Open.
When BYU golfer Patrick Fishburne opened the 2017 Siegfried and Jensen Utah Open with a 63, everyone naturally wondered if he would be able to follow that performance with a couple of decent rounds. His 64-63 that he shot on the weekend pretty much answered that question. With a 26 under par total for 3 days, Fishburne took a 9-stroke victory over Colorado pro Zakai Brown at Provo's Riverside Country Club, the Cougars' home course. Fishburne, the 2016 Utah State Amateur champ, followed his Utah Open exploits with a strong fall season for BYU.
Number 1 on our list and number 1 in our heart, Kelsey Chuck. She's Utah's newest national champion.
Joining the exclusive club of Utah golfers who have won a United States Golf Association championship is enough of an achievement. The way Kelsey Chuck won her U.S. Women's Mid-Amateur title further distinguishes her. Chug's recovery from an opening round 75 in the stroke play portion of the November event at Champions Golf Club in Houston is legendary stuff. She came back with a solid 72 the next day to advance to match play and then dominated most of her 6 opponents. Making her victory even more significant are the opportunities that accompany it. She knew right away that she was exempt into the 2018 U.S. Women's Open and the U.S. Women's Amateur, and then came invitations to the South American Amateur in January and a special event connected to the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills in June. Chug will be paired with another USGA champion in a 4-hole mixed-team alternate shot competition that celebrates the 2017 winners. So, 2018 will be a big year for the UGA's membership director in multiple ways, including a defense of her latest Women's State Amateur title.
Well, there you have it, another successful season of Utah amateur golf. The Utah Golf Association would like to thank all of the players, volunteers, and host facilities for their continued support of Utah golf. Thank you to Wesley Ruff, Warren Fisher, and Kurt Craigthorpe for their assistance in our look back at the 2017 golf season. I'm Marquis McLean, and you can find me right in your email as host of the Utah Golf Reround Show. And remember, just click play.